we'll be asking you, what will you do if you find a high tension wire cut and fall to the ground?
I will remain stand still. I will not move.
Or you will run?
I will just remain stand still with two of my legs closed. I remain there.
Okay. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. What will you do also? Blessing. If you find a high tension wire cuts and falls to the ground, what will you do if you're around that area?
There's nothing I can actually do about it than for me to just stand still and be praying for God intervention. That's the only thing I can do.
Okay guys, I'm going to be asking some other individuals on what will they do if you find a high tension wire cuts and falls to the ground and you're around that environment. So please just tell me what you do. A quick one. Anyone?
Are you asking me? Okay, what you do, you just have to excuse yourself from that area. You just run as fast as you can. And if you can't, make sure you go with your one leg up, feet after. Don't put it together. You can push like this and move like leave that place, because there is the energy can be transferred to the ground.
Okay. So
I'm not that good in electrical stuff, but I know that if something like that happens, you need to stay far away from that place.
Continue, sorry.
So you need to call people that are in charge of this guys NEPA and place to come and rectify it.
So the first thing, you run away from there?
Yes, you need to stay far away from there because it's risky.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So, Nurse Favor, what will you do if you find out that a high tension wire cuts and falls to the ground? So let me hear your response.
Okay. In that case, since there is no casualty, I will run for my dear life. I'll Tuama.
So, Nurse Happiness, over to you. What will you do? Okay, let's ask our pretty sister here. What will you do if you find a high tension wire cuts and falls to the ground around you? What's your first response?
Yeah, I'll run away. I'll go back.
Okay.
I scream or ask people if they saw it. But I won't go around there.
Okay.
I'll take another
Direction back. Thank you. Hello guys. So we asked a question on what will you do if you find a high tension wire which cuts and falls to the ground. So we got a lot of responses from some of our colleagues, some from our friends, as you can see. So so we are here to let you know on what you should do, what's the precautionary measures you should do when you are in that situation. Okay, first of all, I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Daniel for this information which I'm about to tell you about. And then, so back to a high tension wire. Okay, so first of all, so like I said, when NEPA officials wants to install transformers, okay, so what they do is that they will earth the transformer, okay, by burying earth rod. Their earth rods, they bury into the transformer, each transformer at that location. So they bury this earth rod, which now provide electrical charge between transformers, between the transformer and the next transformer. So it provides electrical charge to the next transformer, okay, which is what we call backward dependence. Okay, that's for the physics people. So that's what they call it. It's called backward dependence. So that's the same thing. If you notice, even at home, if you check those electricians, now what they do is, even if Now, one thing about our home is that the volts, the wire that goes through from the poles to the houses, is usually around 220 volts, so it's not too powerful. So, which is why even when some electricians, if they try to work on your wires, your wires at home, if they want to work on it and they want to touch a live wire, what they do is that they will wear shoe, because this should provide it's like an insulator against that electric charge or the backward dependence. So the shoe act like an insulator to the backward dependence. So it's the same thing. Now, for those high tension wires, they are usually between 415 volts to about 33,000 volts. So you can imagine how high, which is why those high tension wires cannot come directly to the houses, except they will use step down transformers. That one it steps down the voltage, so that we can use it on our TVs and other electrical appliances in home. So they use the step down transformer for those high tension wires, so that they can get into the houses. Now, if that high tension wire, which is about 415 to 33,000 volts, cuts and falls, even if you wear your shoe and it touches you, you'll be electrocuted. That's how powerful the volt is. But if it falls around you, it's going to touch the ground. It will provide electric charge, because there's already an earthing rod which has already been placed there. There's already electric charge which flows through the soil to the next transformers and all that. So even the soil emits current. Okay, there's always electric charge between soils, inside the soil. Okay. So when the high tension wire cuts and falls to the ground, what happens is it will try and connect to the electric charge. That's the backward dependent. You try and connect to the electric charge already in the soil. So what happens is, even you that you are around there, if you are on shoes, you don't need to move immediately, because this is something coming at a very high voltage. So you don't need to move. What you do, try and close your legs and stay in that position. Don't worry, in the next video you're going to see the demonstrations. So that's what you do. You don't run. Okay, for those of you that said you run, you don't run, because immediately you run, yes, you are breaking the circuit and then you are getting electrocuted immediately. So that's one thing about the high tension wire. So like I said, the high tension wire comes with a high voltage, which is why try not to let it touch you. Even if you are inside the car and it falls on the car, for as long as, yes, the car has tires, which is also another good insulator. Even if you want to come out from the car, put your legs together, ensure your two shoes touches each other before you step on the soil. Because why this is so? Because there's electric charge inside that soil. Okay, so you want to be safe, actually. So that's with that. So that's exactly what happens and how you can help yourself until the NEPA officials get to switch it off from the source. You are not actually safe at that point. So let's try and take all these precautionary measures. It helps us against death or unpleasant situations. Okay, and even if there are sometimes you even see some NEPA officials want to come and work on these high tension wires, if you notice, they will have to switch it off from the source first before they will even use their gloves to even touch that wire. So more or less, you are even staying around, for as long as you are staying around the wire when it cuts, you are not safe. But if you are like a far distance from it, it doesn't mean it will get to you. It's just people around there. So if you are around the area where an electric charge, the high tension wire cuts, please don't run immediately. That's not your first response. stay and then watch the video to the end, then you see how best you can curtail the situation or save yourself. Ensure to keep your legs closed as seen below and jump to escape. In this demonstration, what you do is that you keep your legs closed and try and walk in that same direction without the legs falling apart, and try and escape out of this of that area. Thank you.